for all 5 high schools in the front. It's separated by high school. So if you came in a different door, didn't sign in, you could just send one person out there to sign in. And also private schools too, that's another sign-in sheet. So welcome, my name is Christine Teets. I'm the program manager for the Academy of Finance. And this is the Academy of Finance class of 2029. Yes, wow, right? So you guys are the class of 2029. And I was thinking about next year, and I'm like, that's going to be 2030. So those are just interesting things to think about. I've been the program manager, this is my 21st year, and I was a graduate of the program myself, as well as my son is in the 11th grade Academy of Finance here at Hyde Park. And my sister was in it, and I'm so excited to share with you all the benefits of the program and for you to see if it's a good fit. Parents, for your student and students, if you see if it's a good fit for you. So I'm going to introduce who's here with me tonight, and you're going to hear from my principal, Rosemary DeGennaro, principal of Hyde Park, and Sarah Zabieri-Servini. She's our wonderful business department chair here at Hyde Park, and our district coordinator for business ed, Jennifer Lehman.
Hi, good evening, folks, and thank you for coming out right after Thanksgiving. You have to look, tonight you're going to see the beginning, or what the program is all about, and you're looking at what lies ahead for the next few years. But every year in June, I get the honor of going to the Academy of Finance end-of-year dinner with the seniors who have been through the course. And what you see on that night is the skills that they have as a result of this program, the determination that they have as a result of this program, and the confidence that they have. So the program over the 4 years really sets them up for that next leg of their journey. So tonight I really ask you to listen and consider the benefits, as Ms. Teets said, of this program, because it offers so much real-life relevancy and real-life preparation for what lies ahead. So I welcome you to New Hyde Park. I hope to see a lot of you here. Some of you are already here, but I certainly hope to see a lot of you here next year at New Hyde Park. Thank you.
As Mrs. DeGennaro mentioned, the Academy of Finance is a 4-year program. It's an academic program. It begins in September of 9th grade when the students begin high school. The application process starts now, and that's what we're going to talk about. If you would like to apply, we're going to go through who's eligible, which you'll be excited to know that all District 8th graders are eligible, some essential aspects of the program, as well as some unique experience and events. What makes the Academy of Finance experience different? First, I used to call this a disclaimer. And what I need for students to know, because there are so many different academic programs, including CTE programs, career and technical education, over at Sewanega, where the students remain in their home schools for their academic curriculum. The Academy is completely different. The Academy has been here since 1991, was the first graduating class, and the students come to New Hyde Park and become full-fledged New Hyde Park students. They become gladiators, they play sports, they audition for our plays, they audition for our musicals, and they participate in our club sports and activities here at New Hyde Park. The purpose of this is that, unlike the other programs where they're learning a skill and coming back to their home school, this program aims to teach students leadership skills, and we want them to be the leaders in our building, and they are. They end up being, with the skills that they're given, the leaders amongst their captains of their sports, their presidents of their clubs, their presidents of honor societies. They are the leaders in this building. So that's just the first thing that's on the application, and I'll show you the application. It just went live. I didn't want anyone filling the application, any students filling the application out beforehand, without really having some background knowledge or really deciding if it's a good fit for them. And this is going to be an individual family decision, it's not an easy decision. It's what I would call, with my students, a complex decision. An easy decision, a routine decision, you get up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you get dressed, you go to school. These are just routinized things. But making a decision like this to commit to a 4-year academic program, it requires more thought, more, weighing pros and cons. So I just want you to keep that in mind. The students that come here, they've been, like I said, the program's been around since '91. And actually before that, that was the first graduating class. The students are so welcomed into our building. All the students that signed you in, they wanted to, make sure that they were signing you in from their home schools that they came from. Just this year, they were all 9th graders. They're new freshmen this year, and they come here and they're so welcome because the academy's been around forever. The students, love to have the new students come in 9th grade. So that's the first part. The second part, and this came about from an eager student that was a 7th grader. Her both brothers had been in the Academy of Finance, and when she was a 7th grader, she just went and filled out the application, and I was like, she doesn't have the same teachers as all the other 8th grade students. And I was looking through, and then I figured out that, this is a couple of years ago, she's a senior now. I said, Samantha, I said, you're a year early. I go, don't forget, come back next year. And she did. She's in the academy. She's graduating this year. But this is just to make sure that students are in the 8th grade. So those are going to be your first 2 disclaimers, as I say, on the application. So all 8th grade students who are in the district, whether you attend one of the 5 high schools currently as an 8th grader, or you attend a private school, are eligible to apply. The application has a due date, I believe it's January 20th, but I do have it written. But you are all eligible to apply to the Academy of Finance. All right, so it's, sometimes students say if you go to a private school you can't apply, but none of that. As long as you are zoned for one of the high schools, whether you attend that school or you go to a private school, you can apply to the Academy of Finance, class of 2029. So, next on our agenda, the essential aspects of the program. Focus on the lifelong college and career skills. I used to go visit, instead of having a big night like this, I'd go to each school and visit with a select group of students, and I'd ask them, what does academy mean? And all the hands would go up and they'd say school, and then I said, what does finance mean? They'd say business and money. And I said, exactly. So the academy is a school of business. It's a school within a school. And with that, you're going to learn so many skills, and you're going to learn all about business. And you say to yourself, well, I'm in 8th grade. How do I know if I'm interested in business? That's okay. You're going to be able to explore business, and not only marketing and accounting, and even logistics and coding. You're going to be able to explore all facets of business to really make a decision and see if that's the path that you'd like to pursue. And in addition to that, you're going to be able to blend any talents, hobbies, traits with business. I had a recent student, she came back, she graduated in 2012, she was just here the other day. She was an art student. She came from Cary High School, and she was an art student mostly at Cary, but when we asked her, why didn't you pursue art here, she said, well, my academy classes, they took up a lot of my schedule, and this happens. But when I went to college and pursued marketing, and I was working on my art, she said, I found that I enjoyed my art much more, and she became a creative digital designer and heads a marketing department now. So she was able to blend her love of art as well as her business skills, and she's very successful, lives in New York City, and like I said, just graduated in 2012. Also, we're going to talk about the college credits. This is always a big question and focus. And my favorite part of the academy, the work-based learning experience. So I love pictures. I think if I was going to give a presentation, I'd use as little words as possible and as many pictures. So most of the next slides are going to be images for you to really kind of take a look and see. And very recent images too. So first, the college and career skills. You don't have to major in business in college to join the Academy of Finance in 8th grade. We have students who have really participated in every major you could possibly think of. But the skills that you get make you college and career ready. First college, and then on to career. So we'll talk about that. So some of the skills that I've mentioned on this slide are actually listed as the most in-demand skills for college students to have. And then you can see how when your child is in college, they can grow and develop these skills even more. Life skills are any skills that are helpful in accomplishing everyday tasks. The college credit component. So this is often the most asked questions about the Academy of Finance, especially in this info session. And I'm sure at the end, if you have questions, if anything that I missed, be happy to answer any questions you have. So keep that in mind if something comes up. So there are 36 college credits available in the Academy of Finance. It is a 4-year program, and if you are accepted, you'll have an opportunity to commit to the program. The commitment is 4 years, which means you're going to come here, you're going to be a part of the program, and you're going to stay for the 4 years and graduate from the Academy of Finance. The students come in 9th grade, they take one course, not for college credit. It is just an introductory course. It's called Digital Essentials. We do everything Google. I typically teach that class. It's for the students to come to New Hyde Park. They have one extra period elective on their schedule, and they get adjusted to being a student here. A lot of our students go right ahead and join sports and activities and all of our performing groups, and they get right involved right where they left off. So there's no, I just want to be clear, the program does start in the 9th grade, but there is no college credits in the 9th grade. Okay? The college credits will start in the 10th grade. The students, and I've tried to break it down here for you, most of the credits, 33 of them, are from LIU's High School Scholars Program. And if you read, it's probably the most, it's a little light on here, the image, but earn college credits in your high school classroom. This is probably also a very misunderstood idea. Students are sitting in their 10th grade high school classroom, and they are duly enrolled, receiving their necessary high school credit, typically one. Typically a full year course counts as one high school credit, and that goes towards high school graduation. And then, if they so choose, they can enroll, and it's a very simple enrollment process, in the 3 college credits for that course through LIU. It's very simple. And the only problem is making sure that you get it in the window that the portal is open. And then, while they're in that course, they have complete control over their grades. They know what their grades are from their high school teacher. They have access to their high school teacher. And if enough students enroll, an LIU professor comes to teach three lessons throughout that course. And then that's in the 10th grade. There's 3 college credits, but then there's 3 additional college credits in AOF, financial literacy. And that's the 10th grade year. So that's your first 6 college credits. 11th grade, there's 3 full periods of academy classes, and those are worth a total of 12 credits. One of the classes is not for college credit, and I'll discuss that in a little while. And then in 12th grade, every class that you're sitting in is for college credit. So it's actually 3 full periods of half-year courses, so that adds up to 18, with a total of 36 available college credits. And you'll hear later on in a video from a graduated senior who is now at Baruch that he is enrolled as a junior because of his 55 credits, not just through the academy, but through other coursework that he elected to take because of the benefits he saw. He is a junior his freshman year. So things like this are the norm. Dual enrollment is widespread. A lot of parents ask, but exactly where will these credits be accepted? Only LIU, or what are some of the caveats? What are some things I should look out for? Your student has a transcript from LIU. They have grades from their high school teacher that we input ourselves, and that transcript transfers just like any college student that sat on campus at LIU. And it's not a difficult process either. And we definitely help the students in every aspect of these courses, signing up, transferring the credits when they're ready, advising them on what to do with the credits. If you decided, I had a student years ago, she graduated so long ago with my sister. She went on to Malloy to go to nursing, writes an email that, I knew I was going to go into nursing, so I never paid for the college credits. When I got here to Malloy, they told me if I would have taken just one more business class here at Malloy, I would have had a minor in business along with my nursing. She's like, please tell everybody, take the credits. They're always applicable to electives and to other things that maybe in the future you want to pursue. So they are, I think they're priceless. You have complete control, like I said, access to your teacher, and you're seeing your grades all the time. It also creates these courses, they are challenging, but we definitely make it accessible as opposed to lecture like a college professor. We help these students along to learn the rigor that will be necessary in college. Again, if there's any questions on that, I definitely will field your questions at the end. There usually is. This is, like I said, my favorite part of the program is the work-based learning experience. The students actually sit in a class, and this is what I mentioned. In 11th grade, during the second semester, the class is called Work Prep Success. And if I tell you, we go through everything in that course to prepare students to go out to work. Everything that you can think of. We start with a little career exploration, and we do a little matching up our career choices to colleges that we could pursue for that major. We don't spend too much time on that, but we want to make sure that they understand the connection between career and what you need to do to achieve that career, whether there's tests you need to take, etc. So career exploration, a little bit of college, resumes. We do mock interviews. We have a mentoring session where the students get dressed up in their best business attire. Our advisory board comes in, and we do a round robin style. The students bring their resume. They get to ask questions, and the mentors give advice on maybe helping them. This all happens in the 11th grade. Some of the other items that we work on are attitudes in the workplace, work ethic, what employers want to see from you. And towards the end of the course, students will help students set up. Some students have jobs and they like to continue with those jobs, but there are a number of students who I can find them different positions throughout the community, and even families have helped, where they've called up and said, my company has an internship, and my child would like to work with me, or they're looking for another student to work with them. So these are, I told you I love pictures, so here are some of our students. This summer, I go visit all the students, as many as I can, at their work-based learning experience, and you've seen pictures of most of the students. Some of the unique experiences. We're always coming up with, exciting things to do with the students. Last year we had our first annual Challenge Cup. The Challenge Cup, this is the Academy of Finance class of 2027. So they were the first 9th grade class to participate in that. It was like a battle of the classes for the Academy students. It was in the gym. There was all different kinds of athletic activities, teamwork activities, trivia. We had a brownie eating contest. Not eating, they didn't have to eat, but tasting contest. Some of the students baked. And it was a blast. The students had a great time. Last year we invited the new acceptees to the challenge night, just to see what the other students were like in the other classes. So it was a really great time. The spring mentoring I mentioned, and business plan competitions, plural. The seniors participate in a class the second semester of senior year where their goal is to work in teams and produce a business plan. There's typically a topic as to what their new product or app or what they're going to service that they're going to create, and they work extensively in teams. There's financials involved, and we had an in-house one last year, and then the students also participate in almost an app-based business plan competition. And from that, our students here that are pictured were selected from hundreds of other business plan competitions through junior achievement to attend and present their business plan in Washington, D.C. And it was such an amazing experience, opportunity. If you could see them, they really are. I have the actual post from New Hyde Park Business for them. And it was such an honor for them to represent us. Their business was Bamboo Dynasty. And I had seen their presentation a number of times. And their idea was to make clothing out of bamboo. And their ties were made out of bamboo, and they had their logo on them. It was a really complete moment for those students, but also the students in the academy to watch their classmates achieve at this level. We're always coming up with new opportunities for students to be successful, achieve, and the students themselves will run a number of events, fundraisers. We get them involved as much as possible because they do such a great job. We're so impressed with all the ideas that they come up with. Speaking of our students, I have 3 wonderful students here. Carice and Aaron are from Sewanaka, that was their home school, and Naman was a New Hyde Park student, and they're going to come up and they're going to just tell you a little bit about themselves and their current seniors in the academy. They're a little shy, so maybe they need a little encouragement. Yeah, there we go.
Hi everyone, my name is Carice Buckley, and like Ms. Teed said, I am a senior and my home school is Sewanaka. Going from where you guys are sitting now in 8th grade, well, I guess our situation was kind of different, being that it was COVID year, so we were actually doing things virtually. But throughout that, when I was learning about this, I actually thought it was really interesting. Being that I get all these college credits and that I would be going to a different school. The funny thing about that is though, with 8th grade, you're probably thinking, oh man, I don't want to leave my friends, Sewanaka, a whole bunch of people are quarantined right now and you don't really want to leave. But since being here, I actually found it very welcoming and comfortable, being that the NHP community is actually very nice and very, I guess diverse, you would say. And I met so many different people, like a few people here. And it was just really fun to get to learn new things through the business programs. Speaking of a lot of the things that Ms. Teets mentioned earlier, resumes, very, very important. This year, since I'm being a senior, resumes are actually very important for college applications. And along with that, mock interviews, public speaking like I'm doing now, very important skill to learn as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, also, with my college applications right now, I am planning on majoring in accounting. And actually this year we are learning more about that in a college credit course that we are taking this year, which is very informational as well. And I plan on applying to colleges in the Northeast, trying to stay more close to home, but with the college credits, I believe that you could really do anything. I know it'll probably help out a lot with financial aid and stuff like that. So, Academy of Finance, very, very good.
So, much like my classmate Chris said, I'm also from Sawanica. My name is Aaron Koshi. I'm also a senior here at New Hyde Park, and I've been a part of the Academy of Finance for the past 4 years. And much like Chris said, I came out of quarantine, came out of COVID. It was very difficult coming into a new school. A lot of trouble. Everything that you could think of, pile that times 10. It was really hard, coming into a new school layout, not knowing anybody here. But like Chris said, the community is great. I was able to make friends within like 2-3 weeks. So me being a very lively, outgoing kid, it really helped. I have so many friends now that I've just cherished for the past 4 years, both in the Academy of Finance as well as outside. And yeah, Academy of Finance is great. Just like Chris said, I've learned so many skills in the Academy of Finance, just public speaking, like being able to talk in front of all of you today. If I was in your seats, I don't think I would have been able to do this at the time that you guys are in your seats right now. So as you can clearly see, it's really a great opportunity. It's really a great program, along with the amount of credits that the Academy of Finance offers. It's really good. I would really suggest taking them because, as Ms. Teets said, there is currently a student. Actually, no, I think there's a couple of students who were seniors last year. Right now, they're in college. They're in like their junior year of college, and they just started. So the amount of credits that you can get from the Academy of Finance really puts you ahead of the game, and especially in today's time, that's definitely something that you need. Getting ahead of the pack, being able to get into that workforce faster, and as Chris said, she said her major. I'm actually an engineering major. But even though I am an engineering major, I still take these skills that I have acquired with me into college, because after my engineering undergraduate, I do plan on taking my MBA at a graduate school, and then I do plan on working in the corporate world. So these skills that I learned here, I definitely plan on taking with me to the next level, and I feel like the technical skills plus the business skills that I've learned since 9th grade will definitely put me ahead of the pack. And yeah, I'm just very thankful to Ms. Teets, to the entire business group, and to the Academy of Finance, because it's really definitely when I was in your shoes, I was clueless. I had no idea what the next 4 years was going to be, but I trusted that it was all going to go well, and it indeed did go well. So yeah, Academy of Finance is great.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Naman Manyan, and I'm currently a senior at New Hyde Park Memorial High School, and also I've been in the Academy of Finance for 4 years. So my experience for Academy of Finance is also really great. Like they said, it was a COVID year of starting, so I didn't really know what exactly, and didn't really sit here for the presentation. It was online. So my plan on joining Academy was especially the college credits. So before joining, I knew that college credits was the way to go. I wanted to apply to them before even and get ahead of the game. So let me talk about like a little bit about the Academy of Finance course. So since 9th through like 12th grade, I've been like learning a lot, like fundamental skills, like Ms. Teets mentioned about like doing interviews, building your resume, being ahead of everyone else during like the college application process, doing mock interviews, and just web page design, which is like a coding class that we do in Academy of Finance, learning about HTML and CSS, marketing strategies, and doing like public speaking, like you mentioned, are all like necessary things that I learned in Academy of Finance, and I just think it's been like a great journey so far. One thing I want to mention is after joining the Academy of Finance, I joined a new Hyde Park Memorial High School, so everything was pretty much like the same for me, except for like meeting new people and like people from like different schools coming together in one class for 4 years and building like connections with them and like doing projects with them. Those are like all the memories that I'm never gonna forget. The second thing about Academy is like the wonderful teachers like I have had for like business courses. They have like helped me for like every single like step of the game since 9th grade to like right now for college applications, writing letter recommendations and all those kind of things, building resumes, helping with the cover letter and all those things. One thing I want to also mention is I know like since if you join Academy when you were like a junior or senior, your main goal is to take AP courses and stuff like that, which a lot of people have like a misconception about, oh, will I be able to take AP courses while being occupied with like the Academy courses? And my answer to that is yes, I've been taking like 6 AP courses along with being in the Academy of Finance, so it has been like a good choice for me too, because I've been taking college credits from AP and also college credits from the Academy, so I've got like a lot of college credits in fact to like graduate earlier than other students in college. I plan on majoring in finance and computer science after taking like AP computer science at school and also knowing my business like information from Academy of Finance. And I'm planning to attend Binghamton University or Baruch, which is also well known for business and like doing internships and all those kind of things. So yeah, I encourage everyone to join Academy.
Aaron just reminded me he holds the world record for emails sent to me over the summer. The summer before 9th grade started. No, all good. It might have been a little bit, if I think back, because it only just occurred to me that I said, oh, don't you remember when you were here, to the 3 students that came? And I was like, wait, yours was online. And so it might have been easier for them if they were hybrids or even staying home for that whole year to make this decision, because they hadn't been in their buildings or were limited to seeing people. So that might have been a little bit easier. Students, typically that's probably the number one, worry of 8th grade students, is that, I'm gonna leave my friends. The way technology is today, school's about working in school. You're doing your thing, you're seeing your friends in between periods, you're playing your sports or your extracurriculars, and you're meeting new people. You can still the way that you can keep in contact today, students, will not be losing friends, they'll be gaining friends. I like to look at it that way, since I ran into a student in Modell's 100 years ago, and I was like, Jenna, I'm like, oh, who are your friends? And she's like, oh, these are my Salonica friends. So, keep those friends no matter what. And so, also, they're just such a small sampling of our senior class, and you can see you have computer science, you have accounting, and you have engineering. The students, and that's amazing to kind of hear from the students that they can see their clear path towards what they'd like to achieve. Aaron would like to go for his MBA. He'll probably be able to do that in 4 years with the credits that he has. So there's so many different ways to get where you want to go. And that problem solving, critical thinking, problem solving skills that the students learn and make routinized, just things that they know how to do, they can see their path to what they want to accomplish. And will there be, detours and different things that come up, just like everyone's life? Of course. But I think they have a clear skill set to navigate those items. Plus, they have some credits in their back pocket. If they change majors, they might not lose very much. So there's so many things that you can do, and that's my favorite part of the night when they get to speak. We also had a recent visit. We invited our if I press play, well.
Hello, my name is
Okay.
Robbie Paul Kirsch. Hi, my name is Farouk.
I'm just going to buzz it for a second. Also, we pumped up the volume as much as we could, so I'm going to try to, hopefully you can hear it. So just the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and I hope everybody had a nice 4 days Thanksgiving. We had some students, I invited the entire class back, and I think about half of them were able to make it at some point during the day, and we all got to have lunch together. It was really, really so nice to hear from them. And, just some of the things that they're going through. And some of them, had some time to make a quick video for you all tonight, just to tell you what they're up to and what they're doing. So let's hear from them.
Hi, my name is Adriana.
My name is Brandon O'Gara. I was the valedictorian of Academy of Finance.
Hi, I'm Samari Demorsi.
Hi, my name is Isabella Verde.
And I attended Embry-Riddle International University on Beach, Florida, and we majored in aeronautical science. And right now I'm at Ohio State University.
Well, I'm currently going to Beloit for nursing.
I'm currently a junior at Baruch in my first semester, and I'm studying finance, particularly derivatives trading and sales and trading.
My major is business administration with a concentration in accounting.
I'm majoring in international business and minoring in neuroscience in Hofstra University.
So whenever I do anything, I always look for a family, and it's simple that I found a family in the Academy of Finance. I found this family through shared personal experiences with other individuals I knew that were past Academy of Finance classes. On top of that, I've always been interested in finance my entire life due to family members and close peers. And Academy of Finance has prepared me for college like no other program has. The Academy of Finance has allowed me to be a junior in my first semester, and it has prepared me for interviews, networking, creating LinkedIn's and resumes, on top of all the other basic things you should know about college. And there should be no fears when entering the Academy of Finance about if you should do any APs or not. Because I took 7 APs, I was the class president, I was the president of FBLA, and I was high ranking officer positions in numerous other clubs while having time for APs and social life. So there should be no fear when entering the Academy of Finance, but rather just excitement.
I chose AOF because it really helped me put myself out there and really find connections for my career in the future. And honestly, for college, it definitely made me a step ahead from my class. Like, not much freshmen to worry about internships or finding connections within their career freshman year, and I already have a lot of internships for a lot of organizations that mainly look for juniors and seniors. So I definitely can say that I'm a step ahead, and I love that. AOF helped me put myself out there.
Yeah, so I made the choice to join the Academy of Finance. One, because classes offer a lot of college credits, so I thought that would be something that would help me a lot. And then also, I've always been interested in business, and I didn't know whether I wanted to major in something business related or minor in it. I guess now that I'm choosing to minor in it, now that I'm here in my position now. But I thought that it would just help me with that. And it's helped me a lot with college because I've been going to college, and I think my school's accepted 30 of my credits. And even though
When I was in 8th grade applying for the Academy of Finance, I wasn't sure what I wanted to major in. Business seemed like a very broad opportunity no matter what I chose in the end. I ended up going to Beloit for nursing.
I chose to join the Academy to better prepare myself for the future, both college and entering into the workforce. One of the many benefits was all the credits that I could take, and that helped advance enhance my college experience.
I chose the Academy of Finance because I noticed it would help me grow as a person and overall just make me professionally grow. It has helped also just how to express myself in a professional environment and including like my resume and my
From
My favorite project in the Academy of Finance was in Ms. Delvecchio's like Shark Tank class. It's a class you take your senior year in the Academy of Finance. I was the first ever team in Hyde Park to go to nationals. We made a company known as Bamboo Dynasty where we created bamboo-based athletic wear and ended up going to Washington, D.C. with it. We got to network with some extremely higher ups, some particularly executives of Chick-fil-A, UPS, not UPS, FedEx, United Airlines and Johnson & Johnson. On top of that, I made genuine connections with a bunch of other competitors and got to learn just how advanced other people were, which really inspired me to do more.
My favorite project was building a website in web design in my junior year. I learned a lot from it, such as time management and dedication.
So I definitely can say when we was able to talk to AOF mentors, it definitely made me become more professional and definitely helped me gain more communication skills. Because it not only helped with me talking to adults, but it definitely made me put myself out there more to be more comfortable not to talk to anyone for my career field or just any of the aspects.
So my favorite AOF experience has definitely been last year, a couple months ago. I got to go to DC as a result of like the Shark Tank kind of project that we did in Ms. Delvecchio's entrepreneurship class. It was a very fun experience. We definitely got very lucky in getting to go to DC, but you know, it was an experience I'm not going to forget anytime soon. And hopefully that you guys will be able to do that too.
My favorite memory would be work prep success with Ms. Teets, which we did a team working skill, which we did baskets with stripped of paper, and also how the internship from the academy, I did the ERA computer realty, which helped me like do office work, just interact with customers via online or in person.
My favorite memory was the AOF Challenge Night last year. It was the first held. All different grades competed in it. We sadly came in second place, but we tried our hardest. One thing that I learned from it was the importance of teamwork and being in a team and working with each other. Something that you'll need in the workforce later.
An advice I would give to the future 8th graders that would like to join us is that just honestly just focus on the work and just get as much credit as possible because it will help you, especially if you're going to do a business major in the future. And overall, this is going to help you a lot, just interact with just different kind of people from not only this school, but many other schools that people come here to join us.
What advice would you give the 8th graders who are thinking about applying to the Academy of Finance?
I definitely say just give it a try, even though I know at least for me, my mom kind of put me in it, and I was like, I don't know if I want to change schools. It was a big change. I wanted to just stay in my friends, stay in my hometown. But honestly, coming to AOF definitely changed me as a person, as a whole, just my whole life, honestly, because it made me come out my shell more, because I was definitely a shy person before I got here. In 9th grade, I was very much just like, just this, and then I was able to burst like a butterfly. So honestly, I say you should definitely do it, because it made me become this nice, bubbly person that I am now, and definitely know what my career field is and everything of that sort. So give it a go.
Me personally, I just think that no matter what kind of major you do, like I'm a computer science major, so you know it's not necessarily business related, but I think that it can help anybody, especially just with college credits. You know, you're getting a lot out of the way, and also business education is just like really essential to anyone to have. Like if you know, like there are so many things that you can take from these classes, even if you're not going into business, and I think it's very useful for you to have, like, especially personal finance.
You should note that this is a large step in life. However, anything major you do is a large step in life, so make sure you don't have any regrets going into it. You should not be scared of going into the Academy of Finance. You will find a family here. It will prepare you for college and your future, and it will give you a benefit amongst other peers. Don't be scared of not being able to do APs, because I was able to take around 7 APs throughout my high school career. I was the class president, I was the president of FBLA, and officers in numerous other clubs while participating in numerous other extracurriculars such as sports as well. and having time for social life, which has led to a pretty successful career in college and allowed me to start in front of other peers, particularly as a junior. So AOF does not only serve as a family to me, as my foundation for college, but it's also set me up for my future and still continues to do so today.
Coming from Thorpe Park was definitely a big change. I think that making friends was very easy here. It's a very welcoming environment no matter where you come from.
Well, one part of advice I would give to recruiters would be all the connections that I made in AOF. I made so many lifelong connections that I'll never forget, from students to teachers. It was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
That was such a treat. And I have to thank. I love images, but Mrs. Zabieri Servini, she interviewed the kids, as we heard, and she put the whole video together for us to watch today so that they could tell you all about their experience and just some advice for you. Because like I said, it is a difficult decision. So it was, one of the things I just like to just to mention is, a lot of times, a lot of family members participate. Are there any siblings out there of Academy graduates, of current Academy students? Any siblings? Yeah, Barbara's here with her sister. Great, excellent. So Brandon, his sister Brianne, she's a junior currently in the academy. He had the black turtleneck on. And Robbie's sister Anna is in the is a senior currently in the academy. And we get a lot of repeat business in the Academy of Finance. So if you are, you have a sibling, just know that you're welcome, and we're happy that you decided to pursue this. So these are the two youngest classes, the sophomores and the freshmen, current freshmen. And you would be the class of 2029, so we welcome you too. So next steps, just before we open it up to questions. This year, we have a new application as well as what we call an interview. We used to call it an interview, and we're still calling it that, but it's more like a personal meeting. And when I say the word interview to 8th graders, it would be a little nerve-wracking. So, and then, me and Mrs. Lehman and Mrs. Zabieri Servini, we traveled to all the schools. That was a question from one of the students. What do you mean by homeschool? So if you're an Elmont student, we come to Elmont to meet with you. So you don't have to travel. So instead of, what we used to do is ask these exact questions on the application. We've simplified the application, and we've given you the questions and time to prepare for your personal meeting. And your personal meeting is a chance for you to, like I said, prepare, right? Fail the plan. To prepare, you have the questions, you don't have to be nervous, you can write it down, you can read it to us, okay? What we want to hear from you, and what we always ask, number one question, how did you hear about the Academy of Finance? Simple answer could be, my sister was in the Academy of Finance. My neighbor, I get that one a lot too, my neighbor recommended it to us. Or whatever, I was at the information night. Easy answer. And then it asks, what about the Academy of Finance? And there could be something specific. You don't have to, I love brevity, and I'm trying to, keep even tonight short. But the students have an opportunity to prepare for this meeting. They'll know when the meeting is in advance. It'll be after the application deadline. So the application deadline up there, the applications will be processed and then they'll be invited to a meeting with us, so they will know. So the application has gone live, and I wanted to show that to you as well. You can, once you apply, please make sure that you get, if you're a Sewanaka student, please use your Sewanaka credentials, you know, your last name, first name at SewanakaSchools.org. It just makes it a lot easier. Then it's okay to use a personal email, but it would be best if you use that email in the Google form. But it is okay to use a private email as well. That one just would be best. Please make sure it is set up. It's set up for you to get a receipt with everything that you answered, one of those email receipts. So please make sure you get that, because if you don't, then something went wrong, it didn't get submitted. You can even contact me and ask me by email if I received your application. I get a lot of those emails each year. So please make sure that it got in. When you get that receipt, you'll also get with it the picture that I had just shown you. So it will have that picture in there. All right, so last thing, let me just show you the application. I actually, right around 7 o'clock, maybe about 1:45, I made it live. And there's no rush to fill it out. Like I said, this is not an easy decision. You've gotten a lot of information to process tonight. And you know, there are still questions to ask if you have them. You know, I think the students did a really good job between Naman and I think it was Brandon regarding the AP courses and the AP coursework. The idea is it's not an all or nothing. It's not, no, you can't take APs. It's that no matter what, if an academy class is offered and an AP class is offered and they're both single classes and there's no other periods, okay, the academy class would be expected to trump the AP class because you're in that program and you have to fulfill that coursework. But as you notice, they fit in, all of the students, all of the years have fit in the AP courses that they'd like to take. The blend of the controlled dual enrollment college credits, as well as the AP coursework and the rigor of the AP coursework is a match made in heaven. So if that is, you know, something that you'd like to pursue, those two things together just make you, you know, more competitive out there in college and career. So everything can work together if you kind of think about the whole thing. Now, parents, the immediate discomfort, right, is what you might see or what you might get as a pushback. You know, and I can't speak for I didn't have to change schools, Naman didn't have to change schools, and that's a definite consideration. But we see the whole picture sometimes. If we're really excited about something, you know, it definitely is worth a conversation. And if you need any additional information, parents, you know, I'm here to help if you know, would like to discuss anything specific that you heard tonight. So this is the application, and it's the 2 questions I mentioned, and I just want you to know, it's mostly just, it's not answering any questions, it's pretty simple. It just takes a few minutes to complete. What it asks you is your homeschool other. If you do not go to one of the 5 schools, I'll just need the address of the school too, just to make sure that I contact someone there. We do collect like recommendations from your teachers, and this is not something that you have to do. It's all handled by me and by the guidance counselors. So in that respect, you don't have to do anything once you submit the application until you hear about your interview. All right, any questions about anything? Happy to answer. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, can you elaborate on internships and mentorships?
Okay, mentorships are we have an advisory board, which I haven't spent enough time talking about because they're wonderful members of our community. They're business leaders in our community. They provide scholarships to our graduating seniors, and they come in every year and mentor. One year we had to do a double up when the 11th grade and 12th grade, when the 11th grade missed out because of COVID. But Other than that, it's typically the 11th grade year the mentors come in. The internships, we call them work-based learning experiences now, but they are very similar to internships, and the students have a 60-hour requirement. That 60 hours can really be completed any time up through the end of January senior year. Anytime. Those hours can be logged during their work-based learning experience. We prefer if the students are paid, but some students do elect to do volunteer work because of how things fit into their schedule or what they're doing that summer. Some students are traveling. It's typically done the summer between junior and senior year.
What are some examples of the internships?
Well, we had Naman as well as Isabel, who was here. They both worked for ERA Computer Realty this summer. Carice worked at our central administrative offices, and Aaron worked at All the Right Moves in New Hyde Park. Great question. We can accept up to 32 students. Great question. That's something I should have mentioned. They're actually just together for the academy class. It's not a self-contained class. And so currently the 9th graders who you met outside, they're together 8th period with me for that AOF Digital Essentials. And then the rest of the day, they're mixed with all of the other 9th graders taking their the rest of their academic coursework. And the same goes for, they might run into some of their Academy of Finance students just because sometimes the schedules fit that way, or have lunch with them. But for the most part, they're mixed with everybody else and they get to meet all the other students and be part of everything else. Yes?
Is there any way they could drop out of Academy of Finance?
Great, that's a good question. So the idea is a 4-year commitment. When you take a spot, you take a spot. So if I accept 32 and, all of a sudden one person drops out, or another person drops out, that was a spot that somebody else in this room could have taken. And, I actually had a mom call me up over the summer, and she was like, I know so-and-so is moving. They're moving. Can you replace them? Someone else needs this opportunity. They're moving. So this really happened. I kid you not. She knew me, so she called me up. She's like, I'm so sad. Someone else is sad. They didn't get in the program. They don't have the opportunity. And so I was able to find someone from the wait list. But the parent had to notify the school that the student was moving. So it just kind of, was a little heads up. So I was able to go to the wait list. That's another thing. We do have a wait list, and students who aren't accepted are waitlisted. And you can get a call. There could be a student gets accepted and says, you know what, I'm not going to commit to the program. So the commitment we take very seriously because of the loss to someone else. Once you leave, okay, and if I think back in all my years of doing this, I've never had an 11th or 12th grader want to leave. Never. Once you're in it, once you get to, and they look at 11th and 12th grade, like 3 full periods, they're together. They enjoy being together. Brandon called it a family. They are a family. It mimics, a workplace where you see these people all the time. You're with them since you're in 9th grade. It's totally unique. It builds their confidence. If you notice the way that they speak in front of you or strangers, you should see them in class present their ideas. It's really amazing. So we would, if you get accepted, you have an opportunity to accept the program. And if you fill out that commitment, then that's something that we hope that you would honor and not decide to leave. But I'm telling you, sometimes, never ever, and even 10th graders, but never ever 11th or 12th graders. They just really, they're in it and they love it. Okay, go ahead.
There are 32 kids in the class. Are they taking the same classes throughout how many classes that you're giving to them?
The rest of the day?
Yeah.
No, not necessarily. Just that one class together.
Just one class together, and the rest of them are how many?
Yeah, they're mixed with everybody else, and they all participate in different activities and clubs and sports. We do have a business club called FBLA, and so we hope that they join that, but that's not even a requirement. All right, in the back there, and then I'll
Does it affect any grade?
love to get transferred. But other than that, they'll get a high school grade, and then at the end of the semester, they'll get a college grade. I'm not sure if I answered your question, but if it's something else, let me know. But you had a question?
What criteria is used to choose the students?
That's a really good question. Really, that personal interview is what does it. And the fact that this year they can communicate and prepare, because sometimes it's very intimidating. We're not intimidating at all. Everybody has walked out of that interview. They're fine. But just communicating why you want to be in the program. If you can get that point across as an 8th grader, that's enough to seal the deal.
What are the timings?
For the program,
Yeah,
it's during the school day.
school days, so it will affect that because other subjects.
Say it again.
So how they are gonna manage other classes, like math or any other science class?
Oh, how about one of the students answers that?
And as you schedule you have the academy classes as well as the content area classes happening.
Who wants to take the question?
You take a full load of classes.
I would say it pretty much just like fits right in. So this year, like Ms. Teet said, we have 3 classes together. So periods 1, 2, and 3, we all have the same classes in the Academy of Finance. And then after that, right now, I'm taking 3 other AP courses. 2 of them are Calculus BC and Statistics, and 1 is AP Spanish. So with that being said, the previous year we all do course selections, so that way we can choose which ones that we want, and then our guidance counselors will be able to help fit that in. So in a way, you can kind of think of it as like those 3 for periods 1, 2, and 3. Those are like locked in, and you just have to pretty much figure out, okay, how can you satisfy your graduation requirements and stuff like that, or if you want to take a math for whatever career you want to do. Pretty much just, it would be an easy process to do throughout the years.
Thank you. I agree. It does all work out. We have fabulous guidance counselors, which you would get, a New Hyde Park guidance counselor as a 9th grader, and also our New Hyde Park students would have new guidance counselor as the 7th and 8th grade counselors, or the junior high counselors are 2 different counselors. So everyone will have a new guidance counselor. They're great at course scheduling. They lock in, as Carice said, the academy courses. And then you get to, elect what you would like to take. Since the students are really ahead of the game, senior year is pretty freed up for electives in today's day and age, that they're taking algebra and living environment in 8th grade. Those requirements, so it really does, by the time you get to be a senior, you really have you can look at the other electives and decide what's important to you. So, good question. Mm-hmm.
So based on your schedule, it's saying that 18 credits for the senior year. That's how many classes?
That's 3. So the students are in here is 1, 2, and 3 together, and each is a semester course for 3 college credits. So that's how that works out.
And then for the regular classes that you have, do you grade all the grades average out as their high school grade, or how does that work?
Sure, I think so. I'm not a guidance counselor. I don't know how the transcripts are done. So I'm not even sure if, physical education counts towards that overall grade.
No, I think it's just the regular, except for PE, everything else is included.
Wait, are you just talking about the overall GPA?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So, as a student, you would always choose different electives. This is just kind of pre-prescribed for you, but they're the same as any other class. They definitely are going into your GPA just as any other class would.
Okay.
Yes.
How many periods are in 10th grade?
The students?
Periods, like in 9th grade, it's only 1 period.
Oh, period. That's a great question. It's a full year course. It's actually the next course after the class I teach. So I teach AOF Digital to them in 9th grade. And what we do is all the Google apps. So we do Google Sheets and slides and forms and docs. And then they move into the college level course, AOF computer applications, and they do all the advanced features in Microsoft. So they do Excel and PowerPoint and Word, which we all know. Google, I don't know if everyone's familiar, mostly like in education, Google is used, but then out in the workforce, typically those Microsoft products are used. So the students have a basic understanding in my course, which I love to teach them all the things they can do with Google because it's so useful to them for 4 years of high school. One of the students even came back and said how, we asked them, like, what's the number one thing, you know, that you learned? And they said Excel. They're like, in college, every professor expects you to know Excel. Like, if you needed a learning curve, it would take you a while. So they have those previous skills. Or you might have to talk a little loud. It's an academic program and it's a district program. The only cost would be if you elected to take the college credits. Those 3 Nassau community credits, I believe, are $160 plus a $50 application fee. And the 3 credits from LIU are $290 currently. I don't think that's going to change, but it could change. $290 for 3 credits, if you look that up. They're typically, if you went to LIU, about $1,000 per credit, and that would be $3,000. So it's a significant cost savings. So we will accept 32 students. It varies every year, definitely. Some years are more. There was probably over about 80 last year. The year before that, maybe a little less. And not this year. Oh, the year before that, there was close to 100, the junior year. But don't let that discourage you. If you're interested and you can communicate that, I think that's gonna, that's what I love that you asked that question, thank you. But really, if you communicated during your personal meeting, and you have it in front of you, even bullet points and being brief, you will understand that. We've seen enough students over 20 years to be able to see who's interested and really want to take part in this and be a part of it. All right. You know, I'm gonna, if you have any questions, I'm gonna stick around. But if I feel bad if anyone's sitting here just like, oh, okay, we're ready to go. But I'm gonna stick around. I'll be here, for as long as I need to be. And feel free to come on up and introduce you. Some of you sent me emails. I'd love to meet you and your children and chat a little bit more. But thank you all for coming. Really appreciate it. I hope that this was meaningful, useful information, and that it was a good use of your time. Thank you.